So now it's time for the Ponderoro between Heffa Christie and No Substance Malaysia. It's not true that I started rumors. Cut to her starting the rumors. I need Jackie to understand how much she hurt me. Girl, she kept you relevant last season. You need to be grateful. You and your dirty kids. So Malaysia said I did try to talk to you. Jackie said, no, you tried to jump me. And I had to hide from you in the potty. Malaysia, you never cried over this. And you don't trust Jackie as far as you can throw her. Stop that lying. Somebody I ride for. You wouldn't ride for her. You wouldn't walk to the front door and answer it for her. You wouldn't pick up the phone for her. No, Malaysia, you don't get mad that often. Only when people talk about your kids, which happens once a season for you to have a scene. Which is why Fecal Onas says you have no substance. So Malaysia says, look, because you old and overweight and the Vivi could take you out at any second, I'ma go on and make nice. So I don't feel guilty at your funeral. And there go Malele with the scissor sister talk. Rub my booty. You don't give Jackie an open door like that. Or an open leg. Child, Evelyn can't even leave the fish alone. She's trying to instigate the puffer fish. I hope it pop yo. So Fecal Onas is talking with the new girl. Fecal Onas. I know you did not just say humanize her passion. Are you for real? The way that they honestly belittle the colorism, oh, well, she's still hurt from a childhood incident. No, it's not just that. Now, that was the start. That was an example of I've been dealing with this my entire life. Why would it can't all be reduced to a mean teacher? It's also what the ladies did. It's the microaggressions and the macroaggressions. Oh Lord. And then Fecal Onas, we can put this all past us. No, behaviors have to change. And two, to put it past in your mind is to say, oh, okay, well, Evelyn didn't do that. You mad at your old teacher. Because you finally were able to humanize. What is she, a dragon? A chimera. What mythical creature is she to not be human to you? Is she alien? Did she land in a spaceship and nobody told me? I thought she was from, what country is she from? She's Nigerian. Nigeria's in Africa, which is on Earth. Maybe she's a resident alien. Like, immigration, I don't know what her immigration status is. But girl, humanized. So she must be an alien. And immediately it goes to the accusations she's throwing around are so damaging. She called me a colorist and Evelyn a racist. So it's really about you and fixing your tarnished image. That's what it's all about. It's not about reckoning, changing, and moving forward. It's about saving your sorry little brand. I don't know which new girl this is, but your confessional hair is on point. Like a waterfall, just She's very pretty. The one with the sparkly top. The sparkly top look a little too tight. That left bosom is just like, help me! Like half of it just, I'm breaking, I want to break free. That's what them bosoms is doing. Somebody asked me, do I think it's that they're stupid or they don't want to be seen for what they are? I think it's a mix. You never spent a one-on-one moment with OG. And all last season, you talked about how aggressive she was, but you don't want us to know you colorist? You don't want us to think you colorist? You don't want us to draw that conclusion? I see. The smartest thing you ever did was siphon money off Shaq. Y'all keep painting this, oh, we could finally have a conversation of understanding. It's not that you didn't want to understand her before. You wanted to mute her, shut her down, and lock her out and chase her off the show like you do so many others. So while Heffa Christie's making nice with Malele, Heffa Williams is at the house with OG. Now, 1 minute you on her side, the next minute, I don't know what to expect with her. She's getting defensive with everybody. But then again, you don't know how to be a friend or keep a friend. They doing a little arts and crafts session. She's gonna crystallize a basketball. Oh God, now we're talking about Heffer's car being stolen. You mean the people that you leased it from took it back because you couldn't make that payment? That's called a repossession. So as Jennifer's pouring out her heart, OG's like, look at my bag. I mean, Jennifer, don't nobody care about your lies. Jeez, Malaysia, the same soliloquy every season. I really do love Jackie and Weights and Lifted. We're getting back to every season. It's the same thing. You love being on this show and getting a check. That's what you love. She was laughing because production was like, okay, come on, give it to us for the 9th time. Oh, so now we get to know the new girls, and one of them used to date Phoebe's ex. Well, I hope you don't catch jaundice. Or Heppy, eh? Jackie, hold the heck on. How do you feel like you're gonna have beef with Phoebe because one of the new girls dated Phoebe's ex? That ain't got nothing to do with you. Now we've got Evelyn's fake surprise about the comment the teacher made to OG. You really expect us to watch this fucker fake the funk? So back at the house with no heat with the new girls. New girl says to OG, I had a one-on-one with Shitty Onas. Now you haven't, but I have. You've been on for 2 seasons. But now she's willing to get to know you. OG annoyed, she don't want nobody speaking for her. So the next morning, we've got a boot camp going on and OG's running it like a drill sergeant. So Jackie pulled Jennifer aside while the other girls go in to cook. So the next morning, OG checked the girls again about speaking on her behalf, and they like, okay, we got you, boo. We got you. So now they're gonna have these 2 girls have legitimate gripes with OG's personality. Oh, I see through you, production. Instead of aggressive, she's bossy and wants to be the center of attention. Oh, my God. Do you think we stupid? Wait, who told me? Is Jazz, are you in here? Jazz told me about Pearl Burgers, and this is one of the best burgers I've ever eaten. Outside, Jackie wants to know what's wrong with Jennifer. Well, her life is in shambles and she's poor. So the next morning, Shitty O'Nostril and Evelyn call Fleabag. Why are they saying she looks glamorous in that cheap Victoria's Secret jumpsuit? Girl, probably baby fat. From Burlington Coat Factory, they're more than great coats. She looks so glamorous. She's never looked glamorous a day in her life. Her face will see to that. When you look up dumb expression, she pops up. And them pants too tight, you're gonna get a yeast infection. And she one of them generic monostat heifers. A lower shelf lady. So they tell her about the new lady who dated Lance. And she said, oh, that girl's a stalker. No. Birds of a feather flock together. And honestly, you seem more the groupie than she. Why you hanging out with Jackie? Jackie's your grandmother's age. It makes no sense. Now that I'll give you. Child, she said, I done had sex. I done had Lance. You done had Lance. That's community cog. Pass around penis. Shareable song. Shawnee said, not me. Well, nobody wants you or your nasal passage pussy. I love it when I go through the comments and people say, you should do stand-up. Oh. That's what this is. That's really what this is. But yeah, I used to do stand-up many, many years ago, but I really do consider this stand-up now. It would be literally the same process, except I would memorize it and do it in front of people, but I still do it in front of people. But yeah, I get a kick out of that, and thank you. It makes me feel special. So now OG getting in the new girl's business, and they ain't here for it. Jennifer come down with the mask on, also complaining about OG. So, so now they're trying to figure out, okay, well, since she won't go with us on the colorist narrative, let's just get rid of her by, well, all these ladies aren't the same ones you had an issue with, and they don't like you either, so it's you. So now Craven, Kristen, and No Substance Malaysia are going to have a conversation with OG. Malaysia said, I just want to get some understanding, if she allows me to. They just putting all the onus on her. So now it's not aggressive, it's, I don't like OG's tone. She didn't like you speaking on her. So why do you have to enjoy her tone? It was a tone of don't do it again. Did she have to talk like this in a whisper? For you as a grown heifer not to speak for somebody on a TV show? And now they getting on OG for bringing up Phoebe. They setting OG up. They just want to get rid of her and move on from this colorist plot line. Oh, you already against people in the other house. Why do you want to be against people here? I mean, why don't you just get your brushes out and do a Bob Ross class? Because you sure as hell are painting a narrative. And so now they're trying to soften OG's heart, and they're so nervous because we don't know what to expect from OG. Well, we know she won't throw a table like you, No Substance Malaysia. So OG's irritated to be summoned during her vacay, but she's like, if the heifers want to give a real apology, I'll hear it. Malele, No Substance Malele. The first thing should be, at the reunion, I didn't understand why you were in a separate room. I just threw a table, but you're in a separate room. That should be your first question. Because that would prove, oh, I understand you're being treated drastically differently. So Malaysia's asking her, did I say something wrong to you? Waiting for her to say, yes, this is what you did that was colorist. And OG go to get something to drink. Oh, OG crying. So OG said, oh, we only having this conversation because y'all getting backlash and hate and this little meal ticket's about to end. So OG said it, I think there's a colorism issue and I ain't backpedaling or pussy popping. And that's why they got the new girls for the new narrative. Well, I'll see you next week for the shit. And I mean shit. Tio Nostril.